Brain Games, narrated by Cory Kirk. There was a small town nestled deep in the mountains. It was a peaceful place where people lived simple lives and took care of one another. But one day, a stranger arrived in town. He was a doctor, a brilliant man with a wild look in his eyes. He claimed to be a neurologist, a specialist in the human brain. At first, the people of the town welcomed the doctor with open arms. They were happy to have such a learned man in their midst. But soon, rumors began to spread about the doctor's experiments. People said that he was doing strange things with human brains, that he was using them as subjects for his twisted experiments. The townsfolk became frightened, and they started to avoid the doctor. But he didn't seem to care. He continued to work in his lab, hidden away in the mountains, and every once in a while, a person would go missing. At first, the disappearances were dismissed as accidents, but as more and more people vanished, the truth became clear. The doctor was taking them, using them for his experiments. No one knew what the doctor was doing to his victims, but the few who had glimpsed his lab spoke of jars filled with brains, wires, and electrodes snaking out of them. They spoke of screams coming from within the doctor's laboratory at all hours of the night. The town was in a state of panic. They didn't know what to do, how to stop the mad doctor from his gruesome work. But then, one night, a group of brave townsfolk decided to take matters into their own hands. They climbed the mountain, armed with torches and pitchforks, and stormed the doctor's lab. What they found inside was beyond anything they could have imagined. The doctor had been experimenting with brains, transplanting them from one body to another. There were bodies strewn about the room, some still twitching, their eyes open and staring. But the worst was yet to come. As the townfolk searched the lab, they stumbled upon a room filled with jars. Each one contained a human brain suspended in a cloudy liquid, and every brain was still alive, still aware. The townsfolk fled the lab, sickened by what they had seen. They never spoke of the doctor again, but his legacy lived on. Some say that on quiet nights, you can still hear the screams of his victims echoing through the mountains. And some say that the doctor is still up there, working on his twisted experiments, his mind consumed by madness.